Well, we've made it all the way over to the west coast. We stopped at a little campground near Redwood National Park that we really like, called Elk Country, because oftentimes the elk will come right into the campground and feed. So about 7:30 in the morning right now, we have a small little herd. So cool. I've done a video on this place before. I'll link to it in the description. Anyway, I thought I'd just do a little Snowbird update from where we've traveled and stopped since we left the desert at the start of April. Hey guys, little Snowbird update post here. Well, we finally left the desert around 10-12 days ago and have made our way through the California Great Central Valley here across the Coast Range, and we find ourselves up in just north of Eureka. So I just thought I'd go through and show you the 4 places we stopped on our way up along this trip. We spent 2 nights in casino parking lots, and then we also visited some friends of ours and stayed on private land. So let's start with the first hop. So the first hop saw us leave Red Rock Canyon State Park, where the last video was done at, come down Highway 14 and hook onto Highway 58, and we went over the Tehachapi Pass, which takes you out of the Mojave Desert area. You're already up around 2,000 feet, so you only go up maybe 1,500 feet or so. I think the Tehachapi peaks out at 4,000 feet. But after that, you drop down, 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 all the way down into the Great Valley, which is only maybe a few hundred feet above sea level. So there's quite a slow, long grade coming down, and that brought us into Bakersfield. So we hooked through Bakersfield and then hit Highway 99 and started to head north on Highway 99. And I had scouted out this casino I wanted to check out near a town called Lemoore. Let's see if we can find that. It's right in the valley. We got off Highway 99 and then started taking some farm roads. There's Lemoore right there. So just south of that, in the middle of nowhere, right in the middle of farmland, there's the Tachi Palace Hotel and Casino. And I read that you could get 3 nights there, free RV parking. So I thought it'd make a nice little stopover spot. We came in on this 17th Avenue here. And this parking lot, they call it Lot 3 in the back here, next to this fuel station. See in the satellite view, it's not built yet. When I was there, it's totally built. And we just nestled the rig right in here for the night. We went in and had a decent dinner at the Coyote Grill. They had great shrimp appetizers. And came out overnighted, and the next morning we're on our way again. But made a nice little stopover, so free RV parking. It was a safe environment. They had the golf cart shuttle services to the casino, but they also were roaming around at night checking things out, and it was all cambered and well lit. So good stopover. That was hop number 1. Hop number 2 saw us leave this area just south of Lemoore, cruised across another farm highway, and then picked up Interstate 5, which goes along the edge of the valley here with the foothills on the other side. And went up there for a few hours, about 100 miles or so. We were headed towards a town called Hollister, where we have some really good friends that we usually visit every time we're coming up and down. So we came up 5, and you come up through this, you start to climb again, going over a little bit of a pass. Not huge, maybe 1,000, 1,500 feet, but you come up and you follow along this San Luis Reservoir, and then down into this beautiful country. It's kind of rolling hills, and when we go through in the spring, it's all beautiful and green. So our friends have some property sort of in this area. I won't show exactly where, but it's a gorgeous little kind of small farm, and we hung out there for a few days and visited. They have some hookups in their driveway, And there were some other people there that were visiting too, so it's kind of cool to hang out and visit. My friend's name is Doug, and he owns Drain Master, which puts out the type of sewer hose I have, the Waste Master. Another reason I stopped is I wanted to pick up some of his electric valves for a install I'm going to do later in the summer, so look forward to that. I'm going to get rid of my manual dump valves and put in some electric dump valves. But that was hop number 2. Hop number 3 saw us leave Hollister, back up over this little pass and hook back onto Interstate 5 again. And we were headed, this wasn't very far, just a couple hours up the interstate here, and we were going to an area near the town of Tracy, California, nestled just close to the foothills here of the coastal range. And I'd been invited by a guy to come visit his property and boondock in his vineyard. He has a huge vineyard. I think it was like 1,300 acres or something like that. Anyway, it was super huge. So we met up, and he led us into his farm, and it was one of the most unique boondocking spots we've ever stayed in. Amazing to just sit out there in the vineyard. We were by an airstrip that they use for crop dusters, use it to take off and land from. And I almost lost my beagle. We'll give you a little video here. I took a 360 video of the area we were in, and then you'll see Angie decide, I let her off leash and she decided just to run away from me. Hey folks, Ray from LoveYourRV.com. Just giving you a little 360 of our latest camping area. We're on some private land right now. Some folks were kind enough to invite us over to camp in their vineyard. So this is all grapes being grown. We're kind of just south of Stockton in the Great Central Valley of California. So I'll give you a 360 of where we're camped here. It's pretty cool. You don't find a lot of RV parks like this, that's for sure. Just on our way back up north, finishing off our Snowbird trip. Got about 3 weeks left. So we're coming up the California Valley, and pretty soon we'll be jumping to the coast. Just love all these rows of grapes. Really cool. I'm just up on the top of the rig showing you. Nice light right now. Just finishing off the day here. We're right between a lot of freeways. There's I-5 and there's 590 and 205. So we're not very far from San Jose and San Francisco. It's like a big river delta, I guess, of the Sacramento River. Really fertile farmland around here. And we're actually right next to a airstrip they use for crop dusters. Pretty cool. Let's hear all the crickets and birds going crazy right now. Give you a little bit of a ground view here of the vineyard. There we are down there. Definitely one of the more unique places we've camped out this year. Angelina heading back to the rig. It's dinner time. I just thought I'd be cool to give you a look at this. Where did you go? Oh no. We'll lose the beagle in the vineyard. We'll never find her. Bad beagle. Bad beagle. Where the heck are you going? Going to the ocean. I can smell the ocean. Come on. Go back. Oh. Well, it's quite the run to catch the beagle. So after we finished off a day or so there in the vineyard, we were ready for hop number 4. Got back on Interstate 5, and this one's really the busiest one I usually take, because I have to go right up Interstate 5, right through the busy area of Stockton and Sacramento. So that's always kind of nerve-wracking when there's a lot of traffic and trucks and stuff. So I'm always happy once I get past Sacramento, because I'm more back into rural areas again. So I continue on 5, and every year we jump over the coastal range using Highway 20. So I go up 5 to Williams, where I find Highway 20, cruise along it, and then we're up into the coastal mountains. So the first kind of series of grades and passes is going through this area here between Clear Lake and Williams. They're not long grades, but some of them are fairly steep, and they put a good test on the Big Blue's new clutch fan that I had installed back in Mojave last month, and it's thumbs up for it. It's really helped to keep the engine a lot cooler. I guess the old fan was getting pretty weak, so I'm really happy about that. So we come down in here and we follow Clear Lake along here. It's a little bit windy, but the road's pretty decent, and it's kind of pretty along in here. And usually we stop at another casino, another free casino called Robinson's Ranchero. So let's see if we can just find it here for you. It's right in the upper lake area. I think that big parking lot is it right there. There we go. So it's another favorite of ours. You don't have to go in and register or anything, and they have some pretty decent parking right back here, nice and quiet. It's kind of a rural casino, and it's just off the Highway 20. So we like to overnight there. They have usually some nights they have a really good deal on prime rib in here, a really good little cafe restaurant thing. Also, just up the road, I guess it's run by the native band, but this little garage here, gas station, has some of the cheapest fuel prices, and I always like to get propane. I got my 30 pound tank filled for $18, so that's pretty cheap for California. And I think the diesel was around $3.23 if I remember correctly. So yeah, usually fill up and get everything ready to go to the coast. And hop number 5, the final hop, is all the way along highway. We follow Highway 20 and hook up to Highway 101, and we go through basically the Redwood area here of Northern California. And that's where earlier when we came back, that's where Big Blue broke down. If you remember, the lift pump blew out near the Peg House restaurant right here in the Leggett area. Well, I'm happy to report it started up fine this time. We did stop for a sandwich again, and Blue started right up. Yay! No problems. So we continued on down towards the coast, and that's where the weather really started to change. By the time we got down here, it was pouring rain, as to be expected, spring on the coast. Dropped down into Eureka here, and then headed out to where I showed you the video this morning at a little RV park called Elk Country RV, and that's where we are right now. We'll stay here for a night or two and continue our way slowly north and back to Vancouver Island for the summer. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Cheers, everyone. Here's the view out the back window this morning at Elk Country RV Resort. Hey, dude.